Greetings from Washington, D.C., and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm Julie Broadway, the president of the American Horse Council. I'll begin my remarks by reacquainting you with the mission of the American Horse Council and our efforts here in Washington, D.C. Then I'll transition to sharing some new initiatives we've undertaken, including an update of the National Economic Impact Study. And we'll close with some insights on what the horse industry can expect from Washington in the coming months. The American Horse Council was formed in 1969 for three purposes: to ensure the long-term viability of the equine industry by presenting its interests to Congress and regulatory agencies, to unify the equine industry by educating and informing the industry on legislative and regulatory matters, and to keep the industry and its contributions at the forefront of everyone's mind. This is critical to the long-term success of the industry because what happens in Washington affects you, your sport, and the horses you love. Because we need to influence what happens to prevent adverse effects. And because we need to influence change in a positive way to leave open avenues and opportunities for the industry. The council is composed of over 700 individual members and approximately 150 organizational members, with interests ranging from trail riding, polo, jumping, rodeo, to racing. They are a diverse group with a broad range of interests and challenges. It's this breadth and depth that keeps the American Horse Council staff busy. If you don't know the staff, we are a small but mighty team with lots of enthusiasm and passion for the horse industry. Ben Pendergrass is our Senior VP of Policy and Legislative Affairs. Ashley First is our Director of Communications. Jennifer Purcell is the Director of the Unwanted Horse Coalition. Cliff Williamson is our Director of Health and Regulatory Affairs. Annie Hankins is our Administrative Assistant. And again, I'm Julie Broadway, President of the American Horse Council and the American Horse Council Foundation. The American Horse Council Board of Trustees consists of 14 individuals from a variety of equine organizations. Our current chair is Dr. Jerry Black, Vice Chair is Jim Gagliano, and our Treasurer is Alex Walther. We can sum up the American Horse Council's focus into 5 key areas: advocacy, protection and preservation, sustainability and growth, and education and marketing. Let's begin with advocacy. The American Horse Council works at every level in Washington to ensure policymakers in Congress, the administration, and federal agencies are aware of the needs of the industry and how legislation and regulations will impact the industry. Some examples of legislative and regulatory advocacy that we've worked on recently include the 3-year depreciation of racehorses, H-2B legislation, the Market Access Program, which provides funding for overseas marketing and promotional activities to help build commercial export markets for U.S. agricultural products and commodities, which includes horses. Funding for equine health, which works to ensure critical positions are filled at the USDA to be able to respond effectively to equine disease outbreaks. And the USDA Disaster Program, to ensure horse breeding farms are eligible for emergency funding and technical assistance after a natural disaster. In the area of protection and preservation, the American Horse Council also serves to facilitate close working relationships with a number of organizations that focus on equine health, such as the Equine Infectious Anemia Discussion Group, the Prevent All Soaring Tactics Act, the Horse Protection Act, and the National Equine Health Plan. An essential part of the National Equine Health Plan is the Equine Disease Communication Center. This is an industry-wide program to help improve horse health, decrease the risk of disease spread, and prevent economic losses from infectious diseases. The center is now fully operational, and you can access it at the website address that is shown. The Unwanted Horse Coalition strives to educate the public on responsible ownership and to reduce the number of unwanted horses by partnering with a variety of programs and by offering our Operation Gelding clinics. In the area of industry sustainability and growth, the American Horse Council serves as a clearinghouse for equine tax information, publishing our very popular tax handbook, and tax tips, which are invaluable to the horse owners and certified public accountants, as they include changes in the tax code and updates on recent court case decisions. One program that is seeking to grow the industry and the love of equestrian sports is Time to Ride. Now in its third year, the program has exposed over 60,000 new people to horses. Another avenue that we're leveraging to promote the horse industry is our partnership with the American Recreation Coalition, which is made up of industries that promote recreation and the great outdoors. Members include hiking, boating, camping, and RVing. AHC is working closely with the coalition to highlight the benefits of human-horse relations and trail riding. In 2017, the American Horse Council will embark on a new economic impact study. It's been 10 years since the last study, which captures not only the economic effects of all segments of the horse industry, it also provides invaluable demographic data and insights into professions and related industries that are impacted by equine ownership. The study enables the equine industry to educate the public, the media, and elected officials in Congress and state legislatures regarding the industry's economic size, impact, and importance. The national study will cost approximately $500,000 to conduct, and individual state breakout studies are available for $20,000. We are seeking pledges and contributions presently and hope to begin work in the spring of 2017. In the area of education and marketing, the American Horse Council takes very seriously its role in providing education and marketing to the equine industry. This ranges from providing news and legislative updates to information sessions and educational content through webinars, partnering with the American Youth Horse Council, and our annual conference. I invite you to join us on November the 14th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for our fourth quarter 2016 webinar, which is entitled Embracing Change. Ben Pendergrass, our Senior VP of Legislative Affairs, will report on the new administration and what we can expect. David Foley will share some insights on the American Association of Equine Practitioners, and Kimberly Brown of Stable Management will share the results of the 2016 Equine Business Survey. I would also invite you to mark your calendars for next year's American Horse Council Conference in Washington, D.C., June 11th through 14th. We already have some great presentations and topics that are starting to take shape, including animal health and biosecurity, a panel on equine research, including the Grayson Jockey Club, and a panel of youth leaders from the American Youth Horse Council. So, what can we expect in the coming months? There is no doubt elections have an impact, direct and indirect, on the horse community. This is true whether you're an individual equestrian, own a horse business, or work in the horse industry. What happens in Washington affects us all. The horse industry is lucky and usually has bipartisan support for many of the issues that impact us in Congress. Many members of Congress have connections to the industry, either from personal experience growing up with horses, or because the industry is important to their state or district. For this reason, regardless of what party holds the reins in Washington, the horse industry always has allies it can turn to. But just like within the industry itself, there are sometimes different opinions in Congress about what is good for the horse industry. The deciding factor on the impact of very specific issues that could affect the industry is really who is in control, the Democrats or the Republicans. On some issues, Democrats are better, and on others, Republicans. For example, Republicans are generally more supportive of guest worker programs like H-2B that are important to the industry. Democrats are more likely to support greater funding for trail maintenance and construction on public lands. There are some members of Congress that are particularly knowledgeable about the industry and other members who have been key allies on certain issues. When these members of Congress lose elections or retire, it can be a blow to the industry. It is hard to know what exactly the impact a new administration will have on the industry. Hillary Clinton does have some stated positions specific to horses. She is against horse slaughter and in favor of cracking down on soring in the walking horse industry. These positions are similar to the Obama administration. Donald Trump has no stated position specific to the horse industry that the American Horse Council is aware of, and no voting record to look at for clues on what his position might be. However, he has taken a strong public stance on immigration, which could have implications on the industry. It is hard to predict how any one election cycle will shape the issues that impact the industry. It is important that new members of Congress and the administration hear from the horse industry after the election. The American Horse Council will be doing this in Washington, but it is important that they also hear from constituents as well. We always believe it is important for equestrians to contact their newly elected officials and help us begin educating them about the issues important to horse owners and the horse industry in their states and their districts. I thank you for your time and support of the American Horse Council, your voice in Washington.